to try to make this video real quick because Riot hasn't fixed the issue where people with offensive names can invite you to games because they're really lazy. And this issue's been around for a very long time, and it's getting very frustrating. And people are getting very annoyed that offensive names keeps appearing here. And my last video, which was 18 minutes long, was ruined by this issue. So I'm going to talk as quickly as I can and try to get over these issues as very as possible. It's very lucky that somebody's going to appear here with an offensive name. I can't control that. There's nothing I can do. I need to use this client to look at runes. Okay, let's go. 1. Riot is nerfing press the attack. The nerfs are here. They're buffing Fleet of Foot and Lethal Tempo. Now, here's what's very frustrating to me. As a bruiser main, Lethal Tempo is unavailable to me because the first 1.5 seconds of a fight I need to be using to kill people, not using to charge up my thing. Buffing Lethal Tempo by reducing the cooldown just purely makes it better for AD carries. It does nothing for it as a melee champion. Allowing Fleet Footwork to crit does nothing for me as a bruiser. I don't build crit. So the precision tree, which is the only tree I can go for, I'll go over that later. The only tree I can go for as a bruiser, as a auto attack bruiser I should specify, press the attack is being nerfed despite not being overpowered, and the other two are being buffed, but only buffed for AD carries. Now, when I say that press the attack isn't overpowered, I can go off things like this. You look at the champions that, high or low, top lane, competitive mains considered to be powerful. And not one of these is a press the attack. One of them is Jace. Jace has needed to be nerfed for a very long time. Jace is incredibly broken. He destroys bruisers. He destroys everything. He's not been nerfed, though. Nobody knows why, but here we got Maokai, Shin, Ornn, Cho'Gath, tank, not using press the attack. They're using Grasping Undying and Aftershock. Even Gangplank is largely being used with Grasping Undying or Kleptomania right now, not press the attack. It's Grasping Undying, not press the attack. Rumble is using whatever the fuck he wants. He's Rumble. It doesn't matter. So when you go to here and you see press the attack is being nerfed, you think, why? Why is press the attack being nerfed? Because of AD carries, question mark? Then why not nerf it for AD carries if it's overpowered on AD carries? And if you're nerfing it for AD carries, why are you buffing Lethal Tempo and Fleet of Foot for AD carries? It doesn't make any sense. Okay? So, bruisers can only go press the attack. I'll go into this further. Some bruisers, like Riven, who are really more like one-shot AD assassins, they can go electrocute. Bruisers can't. It's too long of a cooldown in the laning phase. Way too long. If I'm not trying to kill you with one combo, I can't be attacking you only every other wave. You compare this to other things. Even Aftershock is a 20-second cooldown. Okay? These are very long cooldowns. You can't do that. Predator obviously doesn't work in the laning phase. Dark Harvest obviously doesn't work in the laning phase. Summonary used to work. It was actually quite good on champions like Riven and Olaf, but then they decided, no, fuck that. No, fuck that. We're actually going to nerf it on everyone, which is, I guess, fine, but it might have been more sensical to maybe nerf champions like Pantheon. I guess Summonary is broken. They could have rebalanced it even, but okay, whatever. I don't care. Arcane Comet looks really lame and also doesn't really work. It doesn't really work to do this. It's much more sensical to put this on a ranged champion who can proc it multiple times over a fight, a champion like Misfortune. Phase Rush doesn't really work. I'm not going to go into why. We all know why not. You can't do it. It's the same reason for Glacial Augment doesn't work. So in this tree, Grasping Undying, all this stuff doesn't work. You can't go as a bruiser with health because you don't scale off health. Ornn, Cho'Gath, Shin, Maokai, these champions scale off health, so getting 130 health does mean something for them. For a champion like Jax, for a champion like Aurelia, for a champion like Xin Zhao, for a champion like Aatrox. I guess Aatrox heals off health, but this isn't really the greatest idea. Additionally, you don't want slow fights as a bruiser. You're trying to do large, sustained damage. You're trying to kill people really quickly. You're not trying to, get into combat and then shield and then Grasping Undying. So this can kind of work maybe in the right way, but Aftershock obviously doesn't work. Guardian obviously doesn't work. In here, these are all shit. This all of this just doesn't work. No, this just doesn't work. So realistically, you got press the attack. Now, here's what gets very frustrating for people. Let me bring this up right now. Riot is going forward, and they're buffing champions like Riven. Now, hold up here. Riven has a 50% win rate. A 50% win rate with Riven. Now, obviously, Olaf was doing quite well with Summon Airy, but that low pick rate, does mean something. I do suspect that this was Summon Airy being abused on him. Now, you look at champions like Maokai, champions like Jace, champions like Teemo, champions like Heimer, champions like, none of these are press the attack champions. Not a single fucking, let's look down. Let's find the first press the attack champion. Can you find him? Can you find the first press the attack top lane win rate? It's down here, fucking 18. And it's getting nerfed? Why? It doesn't make any sense. And to compensate for it, you're buffing two AD carry things? What do bruisers get? I mean, okay, so you got Riven down here 50%, but hold up here. Look down here, right? You got Trundle, you got Renekton, you got Darius, you got Aatrox. These are champions that are suffering because pressy attack isn't too great on them, but on the other hand, they aren't doing too good with grasping and dying, but on the other hand, they don't fucking have anything else to go! There's nothing else they can do! So, okay, there's only pressy attack. Now, this gets really frustrating for me because, hold on here, you've got one and one only Keystone. You can go as an on-hit bruiser. One. 80 carries have 1, 2, 3. They also have Summon Airy. They also have Arcane Comet. They also have Electrocute. Okay? So, potentially 6. Now, I'll be lenient. I'll say Summon Airy doesn't work anymore. In fact, I'll even be lenient and say Electrocute doesn't work anymore. That still leaves them with 1, 2, 3, 4 Keystones. What on-hit bruisers get? 1! We get 1! How is that fair? Now, hold on here. I'm going to show you why this is really fucked up. Hold up. This is a complaint I've had for a very long time, but I feel right now it's especially valid. Look at this shit. Look how many fighters there are! Look at that! Look how many marksmen there are! There's like half as many! Why did these people get 4 and these people get 1? It doesn't make any sense! Even if you exclude champions like Gragas and Kale and Nasus and Mord and Rumble, even if you exclude Riven and Pantheon, I mean, Diana, you can't make up for this being compared to this. There are so many more fighters, and they all get 1 Keystone. Now, here's what's fucked up to me. Summon Airy was actually a really sensible summoner Keystone to use on melee champions. The fact that if you're in melee range, it had a lower cooldown, meaning that melee champions that were doing short trades, but also maybe had, some poke or, something like that, those champions were using Summon Airy very well. It made sense on them. That's why you see Olaf was doing quite well. Okay, but then they nerf it for everyone because champions like Pantheon, Kenny, Timo are abusing it. So great, 1 Keystone gets nerfed because of ranged champions, and then another Keystone gets nerfed for ranged champions. And shockingly, where are we? I got 1. I got the 1 Keystone. Now another thing that frustrates me, I want to get into this, but take away Triumph's additional gold, keep the healing. It makes absolutely no sense that the additional gold is here. It just gives gold to teams for no reason. The healing is what's cool, exciting. It makes plays. This is incredible. This is fun. When you get that Triumph into Triumph and you get, maybe a triple kill, that's good. But the gold, that doesn't, all the gold does is snowball the game. When you get a double kill and you can buy an additional potion, you're not playing better, you're just snowballing because you get gold. So please, right, I don't understand why the gold is even here. Okay? Yeah, I don't know. So all I can say is, please, right, do something, for the love of God. Like, don't make Lethal Tempo better for 80 carries by lowering the cooldown. How about making it better for fighters by giving it something if you're a fighter? Like, maybe if you're melee, you get the attack speed instantly, but only for 3 seconds. Maybe if you're melee, you get bonus movement speed and attack speed. I mean, let me put it this way. If I'm Master Yi, I go press the attack. I mean, that's obvious. Does anyone disagree with me there? I can't alpha strike in and then be like, guys, wait, don't fight back for 1.5 seconds. I'm going to be charging up my thing. So, hold up. If I'm building Master Yi, I'm not building crit. If I'm building any bruiser, I'm not building crit. So what the fuck does giving fleet foot? You're basically saying this is only for one role in the game. Nobody else can go this. Does anyone else have this shit? They already get rapid fire cannon, which charges it quicker. So now they charge it quicker and they get to crit it. So basically, you might as well disable this option if you're not a ranged carry. Am I right? Like, if you're not playing in the 80 carry role, this might as well be grayed out for you. Am I wrong? Is there any reason to say I'm wrong here? Okay, so that's what I have to say. Right, do something. Don't leave us with 1 Keystone and then nerf it. That's dumb. I hate you. Anyway, I'm gonna end the video before bad shit happens. So I'll be back. I don't know. Tomorrow I'm probably gonna make another video. So hopefully somebody sees this and realizes that maybe it's a little bit frustrating. One last thing I want to talk about, by the way, is all these things scaling, the bonus AB, AD, the bonus AP, all this shit just makes it scale very poorly on bruisers who don't build damage. So not only are we limited to one keystone, but within that keystone, we are then limited severely on what options we can get. We can't get nullifying orb. We can't get, what is the other one? We can't get feast, even though, taste of blood, even though taste of blood would be very nice. Bruiser's auto attack, so Ravenous Hunter isn't very good on us. The only lifesteal option is next to our attack speed option, so we can't get that one either. Last Stand, which would be very good on bruisers, doesn't compare favorably to coup de grace, because coup de grace is just better in conceivably every way you can think of. We can't use funny stuff like Arcane Comet. We can't use Summon Area anymore. We can't, Electrocute doesn't really make sense unless you're a champion like Riven. We can't use Predator. We can't use Dark Harvest. So, throw us a bone here, right? What are we supposed to be doing? Not every melee champion wants to build tank, go grasping and dying, or aftershock and team fight. Some of us want a team fight. And with that in mind, Demolish is a bit fucky, isn't it? Demolish is basically, hey, if you're playing a tank and you're already in this tree, then I guess you can get demolished. For bruisers, 99 out of 100 times, you're pretty much going unflinching, or you're going some form of conditioning overgrowth to get your health scaling items to be stronger. So yeah. That's all I can say. So, I'm going to be done, because I'm going to try to keep it short. So, throw me a fucking bone here, right?